we're really roughing it this weekend.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. We're glad you're here. We're spending New Year's in one of our favorite places, Land Between the Lakes, and this time we're treating ourselves. What'd you find, baby? Ducks? If you're not familiar with Land Between the Lakes, it's a national forest unlike any other in the U.S., spanning the western end of Kentucky and Tennessee. Due to its central location, somewhere between 20 to 25% of the U.S. population lives within a 7-hour drive of Land Between the Lakes. It welcomes about 1.5 million visitors per year, but we have never felt crowded here. One way to avoid crowds, though, is to come in the winter. We have camped here in the winter a few times, but this year we decided to treat ourselves and check out one of their cabins. Okay, so here are accommodations for the next couple days. You can rent these rustic cabins that sleep anywhere from 4 people to 8 people in both Wrangler's Campground and Energy Lake Campground. We opted for Energy Lake Campground because the rest of the campground is closed this time of year. So we thought it would be a more secluded experience, and we were right. We arrived just as the sun was going down on December 30th, got our cabin set up, and started dinner. At brisket for Christmas. And then a few days later, I made brisket tacos. And so this is what's left over, shredded brisket, beans, and rice. And so we're just heating this up. We're going to have brisket nachos. We're just going to take the skillet over there and eat right out of the pan. Is that okay if we eat right out of the pan? Okay, good. As soon as we sat down to eat, we were promptly greeted by the local ambassador. Do you see him? He's right there behind the tree. Oh.
Hey, what do you want? Huh? What's over there?
Nothing. Oh, the container. Just the container. You scared him away. I was going to say, there's no food over there, but I forgot the container. Empty container was over there. Oh, he ran up the tree. Oh, I see him. That's funny, like I can't see him with my naked eye, but I can see him really well in the camera. He heard you move, he ran back to the tree. We know raccoons can be a real nuisance and cause a lot of problems, but they really are pretty cute. After a while, he gave up his quest here and went in search of dinner elsewhere. And after our fire burnt down, it was time for us to hit the sack. But the next morning, we made an unfortunate discovery. It wasn't this little guy, though. Good morning, baby.
Good morning.
We talked last night about how we didn't know where anything was because we're so used to everything having its place in the camper. And what we discover at 3 o'clock, well, you remembered at 3 o'clock this morning.
I didn't load up the coffee press. In my defense, it was pouring rain.
It was cold and rainy while you were loading stuff up. Yep. So we're going to go find, we've come up with a couple different ways that we can make coffee.
Don't try and reheat coffee in the
electric kettle, no. And the others would involve getting the stove out and everything, and it is windy, very windy out there.
Yeah, it's just starting to get windy and
this morning. Okay, we're going to go find coffee and maybe another coffee pot. We headed west out of Land Between the Lakes and into the town of Murray, where we stopped for coffee and breakfast at Schaefer Coffee Company. We could have purchased a coffee press here or a pour-over coffee setup, but since we were just replacing what we already had, we wanted to go as cheap as possible, so we headed to Walmart after breakfast. We crossed back into LBL mid-morning and spent the rest of New Year's Eve exploring some areas of LBL we've never visited before. We discovered some pretty cool dispersed camping spots, checked out a few self-service campgrounds that we'd never visited, and came across a few things that we weren't expecting. We debated going out for New Year's Eve, but we were both feeling a little grungy and we came out here to get away from everyone, so we decided to head back to the cabin for dinner. This is our cooking setup for tonight. It is cold, rainy, drizzly. It's not raining right this minute, but it has been drizzling off and on, cold drizzle, really windy. The wind has died down a little bit, but it's still pretty breezy. So Tim got the stove set up here under the porch for me, kind of block the wind, keep me out of the rain. Again, just a pretty quick dinner tonight. We're having pork loin chops with a teriyaki sauce. I made a sauce ahead of time. After they cook, I will just pour it in there, let it reduce a little bit. We have some rice and some salad inside. It's pretty good. As long as it tastes good, this could be a keeper meal for camping.
Well, the salad I made tastes good.
Yeah, you made the salad.
Yeah. It is spicy.
Try the rice. It's one of those bag salads.
I didn't even put all the spicy powder on it.
I didn't know I was getting spicy salad. It's that spicy. We'll have to double check what kind of salad this is, huh? Need to tone it down. So, Tim gave me a Bold Betty coffee stout from Off Square Brewing. Delicious.
Yep.
Not the first time we've had it.
But it's been a long time.
But it's been a long time, yep. Look at this knife we're cutting our pork chops with. So,
oh, we're supposed to cut it?
No, you don't have to. You can just pick it up and bite it. We're camping. You can eat it however you want.
What else do we need from Walmart? Paper towels.
Oh, yeah, we didn't get paper towels. So, quite the learning experience here, huh?
Yeah, how stupid we are.
So, we were thinking, oh, well, we'll treat ourselves. We'll get a cabin because it's supposed to be cold, wet, windy, New Year's Eve. You know, we'll get a cabin. And first of all, making sure that we get everything we need out of the camp and all was our first fail.
Because the weather sucked.
Yeah, I mean, right. If it wasn't so cold and rainy when you were...
It rained all day until nightfall.
Yeah, and it was
and not
cold.
just a little bit of rain. What'd you say it could have been if it was snow?
Oh, they said if it had snowed, it would have been up to like 24 inches.
I thought you said like 20 to 40 inches.
20 to 40 inches. Okay. Yeah, that would have been, and it was right above freezing. Mm-hmm. So that was cold, and you were trying to get stuff out of the camping on, load it in the truck and everything. So that was our first, like, just trying to get stuff that we needed out of the Campanaw, getting here, having to load everything into the cabin. Like, it's amazing how much space we're taking up in this cabin with our stuff. When you think about when we camp in the Campanaw, like all of this stuff that is spread out all over this cabin has a place in the Campanaw. And it has the spot that it goes in the Campanaw. But if we hadn't got the cabin, we'd have been cooking. I mean, we'd have had to put the awning up and the sides up and everything, and would be eating dinner outside in the cold. We're going to go take a shower in a little bit. We probably wouldn't do that because it'd be too cold, but now here we have the heat and everything. So we can sit in here, we can relax for New Year's. So are we staying up until midnight, babe?
What time is that?
Midnight? What time is that? That time exists? The cabins here in Energy Lake have what looks to be a fairly new shower house. They have nice, clean restrooms, and on the other side of the building, they have individual shower rooms. Okay, you can go first this time, since I went first last time. 8.
8.
Don't like 8. After showers, we spent the rest of the evening playing games and enjoying the good company. I do think he cheats, though. 77 to 46. You the winner.
See?
New Year's Day, we headed out for some more exploring, discovering a few more new things, but also revisiting some spots from the past. If you're curious about what we discovered while out exploring, be sure to subscribe. We'll have those videos coming soon. For our last dinner in the cabin, we threw a couple steaks on the fire pit, made some vegetables and potatoes, and enjoyed the peace and quiet as we were the only ones in the campground. We really enjoyed our stay in the cabin. There are a few things to know. All 4 developed campgrounds have cabins, but only Energy Lake and Wranglers are open during the winter. All of the cabins here in Energy Lake sleep 8 and are $75 a night. Wranglers and Piney have smaller cabins that sleep 4, and those are only $50 a night. The heat and air unit in the cabins is a little bit noisy, similar to some hotel rooms we've been in, but the beds were pretty comfortable. These are rustic cabins, so of course you bring all of your own gear. Cabin camping was a nice change of pace, but we love our Campanaw, so we'll be back out with that soon. We hope you enjoyed coming along with us on this adventure. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.